elders, the bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect on the highways and hedges pushing the truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson, Lord's will, edifying. Now, I just had somebody stop by the altar, and you know, every now and again I kick it with the brother, man. You know, and you know, I be using these terms very loosely. You know, I be calling people brothers that ain't brothers. This is just what it is, man. It's a habit that I do, man. Sometimes you call people brothers. It's just, you know, I try to be at peace with all men, like the scriptures tell you to be, man. But sometimes that comes with a cost, because there's separation, man, that needs to be made within the midst, man. Okay? Separation, man. And I've learned when you come into this thing, you don't. It's hard to do that, man. It's hard to apply the scriptures, but we got to try to do it, man. Because obeying the Lord, it comes with a reward, man. So you got to do it. Whether the people don't like it or not, hey, oh well, man. A lot of y'all gonna die anyway, so what do you want me to do? I'm out here trying to save my soul, and the wicked don't want to hear, so hey. And if a simple dap is the reason why you don't like somebody, man, that's this world that we live in, man. People are soft, man. Get your life in order, man. And he has the channel. You don't watch the videos. All I do is talk shit about the so-called white man and his whole community, his whole infrastructure. That's all I do, man. You don't want to be dapping me up, because in the time when people got to go with their own nation, man, you're going to be on that same speed as your people, being a damn demon, okay? Let's go over here, Book of Romans, chapter 12. I think it's Romans 12. Where it says, be at peace with all men. That's what is it 14? You know what, let me just grab it out the phone. That's what you want to do, man. You want to be at peace with all men. I just saw my aunt just drive by. That's the spirit. She can't even see me. She's like, where you been, honey? Be at peace with all men. Sorry, auntie, I gotta cuss these damn demons out, man. Be at peace with all men. It's not giving me the precept, see? I know it's in Romans. It might be 13. Be at peace with all men, KJV. Romans 12 and 18. I was right. I should have just went there. It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible, okay? It's if. That's a big word. If it be possible. I tried, pounded. Hey, you know, this is what we do. I'm an Israelite. He was the so-called looking white man. I was telling him, listen, man, you know, do you believe in the Bible? Hey, this is Esau, Edom. You know, you gotta test the spirit, whether it be of the truth or not, man. You gotta test these spirits out here. Romans 12 and 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Yeah, you want to live peaceably with all men. I say hi to people. I say hi to white, black, Spanish. I don't care who you are, man. You know, sometimes you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, man. Sometimes, you know, they don't like the vinegar. But oh well, man. Sometimes you get people with the vinegar too. Okay, this word is sweet and it's bitter. All right? So every day, you know, you might try a different type of bait. You might want to say good morning to people before you start attacking them with this word, because this word's offensive. Hey, you got to stop eating that. Hey, you got to stop doing that. Hey, this laws, you can die for doing that. They don't want to hear that word, man. Okay? So it is what it is. People get offended, it's all right. I'm all right with that, man. The more the better. As a matter of fact, the scripture tells you, woe unto thee when people speak well of thee. You want people speaking well of you, man. Woe unto thee when people speak well of you, KJV. You don't want people to be like that. You want people, everyone likes you, everyone's around you, everyone's super nice to you, don't want to tell you, don't want to correct you, they lying to you, man. Those are demons. Okay? They're demons. People around you, they don't correct you and you just proud. I don't want that. I don't want people around me like that. Nah, man. The book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. So he's not going to speak well of me anymore. Because why? Because I told him the truth. Now he don't like me. Hey, I told you I was going to go in the scriptures. I didn't have time. But, you know, with due respect, hey, this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua said not to do. So out of respect and reverence for my Lord and Savior, hey, I'm not going to do that. He don't want me God speeding you niggas, then get the fuck out of here. It's all good. All right? But it's all through the spirit. You get cut, you're a demon, you had a demon on you, and then you ran away. It's all part of the hey, it's all part of it, man. This is a battle out here. You think I'm coming out here to make friends? I'm not coming out here to make friends. I'm here to tell the elites of this world, man, they going into slavery. How stupid is that? You got to be out of your mind to be talking about Amalek, man. All right? It had a spirit. The Lord put the spirit on you to come out here and talk shit about this damn devil. Everyone loves this damn devil, man. Look at this woman smiling, man. Okay? They love this fucking devil. He's a fucking devil. All right? Book of Luke 6:26. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. For so did their fathers to the false prophets. Okay? The false prophets, man. Coming back in your lot. That's why you got to be observant. You got to learn how to discern spirits. You got to test these spirits, man. It's the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit. Yeah, don't believe everyone that comes up to you, say hi, good morning, nice to meet you, and all this bullshit. They're your friends, man. They're not your friends. This is why you got to study the Bible, man. You got to study this shit, man. How you going to study these spirits? You don't know what type of spirits these people be in, man. It's because they come and smiling in your face and your whole guard's down, and then he going to stab you in your heart, man. That's Esau. All right? You got to cut these demons. And the spirit kept having them come towards me. Keep coming around them. Keep coming this way. Keep coming over here. And then what happened? What happened? The truth kept coming. I try to, give him the breadcrumbs to get to the truth. And it never resonated with him, man. So when am I supposed to keep God speeding you? It don't work like that. Whether they are of the Heavenly Father. You got to see whether they are of the Heavenly Father. How? Through these commandments, through these precepts. Are they studying? Everyone says they believe in God. There's plenty of gods, man. Which God are you coming in? What spirit are you in? I don't know you guys from a hole in the wall. You could be out here murdering kids and eating their flesh. There's a lot of weirdos out here. There's a serial killer out here in Massachusetts, New England too, Rhode Island. Someone just died in Springfield, Massachusetts. These women have no clue. I was talking to a couple of women I was picking up. They don't read the news. They don't have no fucking clue, man. No clue what's going on out here. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Exactly. And there's many false prophets that have gone out into the world. And you listen to them. So you're in the same spirit as a false prophet. You're in the same spirit of an antichrist. Let's grab that. That's what spirit you're in. Antichrist. Okay. 1 John 2:18. Little children, it is the last time. Yeah, it's the last time, man. It's the end of days. Okay. So get your mind right. And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, Anti-Mashiach, all right? They're against the Lord. They're against the commandments. They're against the Bible, okay? Can two walk together unless they be agreed? If you're a devil and I'm a righteous man, we can't walk together, right, brother? You understand? Lord's will shall come. Even now are there many antichrists. There's many antichrists, okay? A lot of people in the wrong spirit. Demonic spirit, okay? You want to be shaking hands with a demon? I don't, all right? Because then those demons will hop on you, all right? We don't want people's demons hopping on me. There's people doing all types of voodoo and witchcraft. These are demons, and you want to be shaking their hands? No, they supposed to get burned with fire, according to the Bible. No one's going to tell these witches that. Nothing about witches and warlocks all over this place. 1 John 2:18. Let me grab that. Whereby we know that it is the last time, and we know that it is the last time by the people, man. We can tell. Okay, people getting put to death. As a matter of fact, a little kid just got ran over by a bus here in Boston, man. 5 years old. Yesterday. No, what's today? Monday. Today's Tuesday. Monday. In the Boston area, ran over by a school bus, man. You don't even understand why that happened, man. That's the Lord. All right? He's not a respecter of persons. You don't know what that spirit did. That was his judgment. Now, as sad as that is, more children are going to die, man. And guess what? Your parents are going to be the reason why they do it. Why? Because they're under the vibration of Esau Edom, the so-called white man who's a damn cannibal, pedophile. He's a child molester. He's a vile, profane person. This is Esau. All right? And you are of your father the devil, according to John 8:44. So you're going to be subject to these curses that are in the Bible. All right? It's the book of John, 1 John 2:22. Who is a liar, but he that denieth that Yahushua is the Hamashiach, he is the Antichrist. Yeah, he denied Yahushua was the Hamashiach. Now, you know, you got to work with brothers sometimes. It's hard for them to actually get the milk. You got to let them digest it a little bit, man. You give them the name, then they come back talking about Yah and Yahuwah and Yeshua, okay? They spitting up the milk, man. So you try to get the milk back in their mouth like a baby, man. You got to treat them like a kid. You understand? You don't hold it against them. We were in the world at once. We were praising the same name. We understand these things, okay? But there's a time limit. There's a grace period. But then there's a cutoff point, all right? I know Jesus Christ teaches you unconditional love, even to your enemies. Nah, that's not what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai said, man. He said, never trust thine enemy. Just like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So eventually, if he is an Edomite, he was eventually going to show me. He probably working with the FBI, CIA. Everywhere I go, he just happens to be walking by, man. Come on, man. You think I'm stupid, man? You think I don't know who runs this world, man? You think this is my first day out here doing the work? We know the FBI, CIA, shit. If Iran's watching this, what makes you think the American government ain't watching this, man? I'm probably on all type of lists. I probably got a tag in his office. Look at him. This guy right here. We're going to get him. All right? But you got to prepare your soul for temptation when you come into this word, man. This ain't no joke. Come into this thing, man. You better prepare that soul for temptation. That's the book of... Actually, I want to keep this first. Let's keep that. Let's open another app. Nope. Let's open this app. Let's go to Sirach. Got to prepare your soul for temptation. All right? But I keep telling y'all, man, they're going to go after the hindermost first. They're going to go the people that they know you scared to do certain shit. Esau's watching you. He can render what you do throughout the week and say, you know what? We can put some pressure on this one. He's very intact in the world. Let's see if we can show him, hey, we know one of your dark secrets, man. You better help set this guy up to get... Matter of fact, you better kill this motherfucker, man. Or we're gonna give out your there was a Black Mirror episode like that. This kid he was I think he was beaten off to like some gay porn or something, and someone had video of him, and he went and he did mad shit, man. They had him robbing stores, they had him doing all types of shit to the point he just put himself to death. Okay, so showing you how your sins, man, they can weigh you down, man. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're connected with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. That you're in that repentive state, man, because you can't let these sins lift up themselves, man. All right? Because it'll just turn you into a demon. All right? And that's the temptation that's coming, man. You got to be built up in the spirit, man. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Yeah, prepare your soul, which is your mind, man. Prepare it. What's coming? Persecution. What do you call it? When you get a bill for doing something, can't even think of it, man. You get a fine for reading the Bible, $3,000. Come on, if a $3,000 bill come out the way, man, a lot of y'all gonna leave, man. You go to jail, they're threatening you with 3 years. Hey, you might lose your house, you might lose your wife, you might lose your kid. What's gonna happen to them? Hey, you're gonna have to be compromised. You gotta prepare your mind for this. Okay, this is what's coming to the elected Israel, man. And a lot of y'all ain't never been to jail, man. I've been to jail, man. I did a bit before. Let me tell you something, man. Ain't nobody your friend out here, man. Ain't nobody your friend. All right? A lot of y'all are weak, man. Y'all don't have the mindset to make it through something like that, man. I've seen it all, man. I've seen it in there, man. A lot of I'm a super gangster, man. They're weak, man. Oh, I'm such a good person. Okay, we'll see. You're gonna be tempted. You're gonna be tempted. The Lord's gonna break you, man. Okay? Sirach 2:2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. You gotta constantly endure, man. Not just have your Bible on your dashboard like you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans do, man. You gotta get into the book, get into the words, get into the history of Israel, so you can know who your enemy is, which is the so-called white man Esau Edom. Okay? That's what he is. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2. In the middle, and make not haste in time of trouble. Don't be hasty. Don't do what the multitude's gonna do. Don't run to go to the supermarket when everybody's going there. Go run and buy toilet paper because the news is saying toilet paper's running out, man. Don't be hasty. You gotta be stable, okay? And you're only going to be stable if you got this word in you, not on you. You can't have the Bible in your pocket and think you got the word. Okay? That's not how this works. Sirach 2 and 3. Cleave unto him. Okay? Cleave means hold on tight. Don't let go like you about to fall. Okay? Just like in 1 Kings, let me grab that. When Solomon was going to slay his brother, what did he do? He clave to the altar. And that's sort of what you need to do. Okay? 1 Kings chapter 1 and verse 50. And Adonijah feared because of Solomon, and arose and went and caught hold on the horns of the altar. And it was told Solomon, saying, Behold, Adonijah feareth King Solomon. For lo, he have caught hold on the horns of the altar, saying, Let King Solomon swear unto me today that he will not slay his servant with the sword. Exactly, man. That's what we're doing. We're cleaving to the altar like Adonijah. Because we know the Lord's coming with a sword, man. He's coming to slay. All right? And we need mercy. We don't want to be slain. Okay? 1 Kings 1 and 52. And Solomon said, If he will show himself a worthy man, there shall not a hair of him fall to the earth. But if his wickedness shall be found in him, he shall die. Exactly, man. So if wickedness be found in you, you're going to die, man. And this is King Solomon or another one of his brothers. You can read about the account, but the point of the matter was he didn't get slayed that day. Why? He was cleaving to the altar. He found mercy in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Literally. Okay, Yahushai is King Solomon through the Spirit. Lord's will, you can receive it. He was going to slay his brother. Okay? Let's grab this in 1 Samuel 14. In verse number 45. And the people said unto Saul, Shall Jonathan die, who have wrought his great salvation in Israel? God forbid. As the Lord liveth, there shall not one hair of his head fall to the ground, for he have wrought with the Most High this day. So the people rescued Jonathan that he died not. Exactly. So Saul wanted to kill his own son because he didn't listen to him. Okay? And the people rose up against the king to save the son. And that's the mercy of the Lord. Okay? That's the king, man. You disobey the king's commandment. Hey, everyone disobeyed it because it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai who rules in the kingdom of men. 1 Kings chapter 1 and verse 53. So King Solomon sent, and they brought him down from the altar, and he came and bowed himself to King Solomon. And Solomon said unto him, Go to thine house. Okay? Go home. All right? Stop coming up against me. Eventually he got put to death because he was wicked. All right? But the point of the matter is, you need mercy, you need grace, you need this word inside of you. You need to cleave to the altar. Second, Sirach 2 and 3. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Yeah, we want to be increased at that last end, man. Especially at the point where you think you're about to die, you need the strength, man. You need Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? You need to be strengthened. Because you're weak, you're spiritually weak. Because these devils, all they teach is lies, hypocrisy. They actually tell you they're greater than you, and they came from monkeys. They're fools, and they teach this in institutions. Okay? Sirach 2 and 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take carefully. Okay? That's being meek, man. When you look at the word meek, it means you just, whatever the Lord bring against you, hey, that's what you, hey, take it cheerfully, man. And that includes death by a sword, okay? Take it cheerfully, man. Some of his servants had to go through a brazen bull, all right? So what kind of mindset you got to be in? I want to be in the mindset of Antipas. I want to be in the mindset of the great men that during the Maccabean period. I want to be in the mindset of Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah. Not the mindset of you modern day Americans with a foolish, man. A foolish mindset that's going to lead to your death. Okay? Especially so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. These other nations, I can care less about them because their God is Satan. Okay? It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 5. No, Salakia, verse 4. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Exactly, be patient. You got to suffer. When you're down low, when you're in the jail, when you're being persecuted for righteousness. When that bill comes in saying, hey, we saw you teaching on the Bible from our cameras. Okay, that's a $3,000 fine. You do it again, it's going to be $10,000 and $20,000. Are you prepared? Is your mind prepared for that? You worried about a late bill that you have today. Okay, look how stressed out you feel when your damn rent come, man. What about being persecuted for the Lord? That's just normal persecution. Rent and bills and pop tires and car payments, that's just nothing. Food bills, oh my God, eggs is $12 a carton. Oh, who cares? There ain't gonna be any food. You lucky that there's still food in your supermarket right now, man. You in the wrong mindset. You ain't prepared for the temptation. You know, temptation, oh, should I pay a little extra for these eggs or should I not eat breakfast today? That's what's stopping you from buying eggs, man. You're a fool. Scriptures tell you that it's gonna take a whole day's pay to eat. A whole day's pay for a loaf of bread, man. A day's pay. That's inflation. And you're already starting to see the effects of that, or you're starting to hear the effects of it. You're gonna start to see it in the coming weeks. Because less cargo ships are coming through your ports. Less food, less volume of goods are coming here from China, okay? So that's gonna cost you. Let's go with 1 Kings. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, okay? Gold is tried in the fire, man. And acceptable men. So to go through this type of persecution and make out of it, hey, you had to be accepted by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But what kind of mindset do you got to be in? What kind of behavior do you need to be in? Okay? If you ain't meditating on the scriptures off camera, then you're not going to go do the work off camera. I mean, you know, when nobody's looking. Nobody, my aunt just drove by. She don't know I do this work, man. And you know, the Lord didn't even want her to see me. Keep it moving. Why? Because she's in that fucking Masonic bullshit. She be going to those Masonic churches. So she's a damn demon too. Okay? Her and her husband. They try to get me to go to Masonic church. And I just like, nigga, what? The fuck I look like? And he told me, he was like, listen, man, look it up first. That's what he told me. He said, look it up first. Who knows it? And he's the head of some, I think he was like head fucking police chief. I forgot what town. Okay? Mace. They're demons, man. And a lot of you police officers too. You took an oath. You took a pledge, man. A Masonic oath. Just like these doctors. This place is wicked. Okay? You got to understand these things. And the badge that you're wearing is demonic. You got to look into these things. Okay? You got to know about the star of Moloch. You got to know about these things. They don't know about ancient gods, Babylonian gods, Ishtar. You're celebrating old, wicked holidays, man. All right? What's the book am I looking for? Let's grab that. Wicked ass holidays, man. As a matter of fact, let's just keep going. Gold tried in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Okay. So that's what it is, man. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3. And Revelation chapter 3 and verse 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire. Yeah, you can go buy this gold tried in the fire. And guess how much it costs? No money. You just got to pay attention. Okay? Classes in session. That thou mayest be rich. Be rich in what? The stock price of gold, the gold price is up. So is the Lord telling you to go buy gold so you can be rich? No. He said, buy of me gold tried in the fire so you can be rich. Rich in what? Faith. Okay? You're going to need faith to get through this. And this place lacks that. That's a quality, or that's the currency that the Lord is working with. And you need to be investing in his bank account. As a matter of fact, Canada just elected their prime minister, Mark Carney or whatever. And he's a banker. And he lives in New York City. So what does that tell you, man? Babylon got who they want in there. And what is he saying? He's talking shit about duck, man. But in all actuality, it's probably all vain words, man. We're going to see what he's going to do. All right, he was talking, I got an article on it, but he was basically saying that, getting the people roused up, when you that victory speech, he was telling them, let me just grab it. I got his words in the post. Let me keep going. And white raiment that thou mayest be clothed. Yeah, white represents righteousness. You need to be clothed in righteousness, but you need the right doctrine. Okay? The doctrine of not keeping the commandments is the filthiest doctrine you can never believe in. Okay? You need to be keeping these commandments to the best of your ability. But we know, according to Isaiah 64:6, our righteousness is as filthy rags, as he puts it. So keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability is not going to save you. Isaiah 64, verse 6, but we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away. But you still want to strive, because it's showing that the Lord's dealing with you, man. He gonna start cleaning your vessel out. And that's a sign of you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Revelation chapter 3, in verse 18 in the middle, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. Yeah, the shame of your nakedness, your sins, you're gonna be covered with the blood of Yahushua. And anoint thine eyes with thy salve that thou mayest see. Exactly, this eye salve you need to see, man. Which you need that spirit. You need the Holy Spirit. You need the anointing oil. You need to get your eyes seeing this word, man. Seeing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You need the understanding of the scriptures, man. Okay? As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. Exactly. Be zealous. Okay? Be fervent to seeking the Lord. Okay? This is what the mindset you need to be in. All right? Let's go to Psalms chapter 12 and 7. Okay? Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get the precept, man. Psalms chapter 12. We need this word, man. Because there's going to be a time where you're not going to be able to work anymore. You're not going to be able to store up your riches in heaven anymore. Why wouldn't you be doing that as much as you can in this time? Psalms chapter 12, verse 7, thou shalt keep them. No, Salakia. Psalms chapter 12, verse 6, the words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Exactly, it's purified 7 times. Okay? He's never reneged on what he said, man. He's always come through for those who believed in him. And we got a whole list of people in Hebrews the 11th chapter you could read that through faith they were saved, man. He's never neglected those who believed in him. Let me grab this book of Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run the patience the race that is set before us. So we got a great cloud of witnesses, which is all everyone you read about in Hebrews the 11th chapter. Through their faith they were delivered, they were saved. Okay, that's the great cloud of witnesses of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, grace and mercy during their different times of trouble. Okay, let us lay aside every weight. Yeah, let us lay aside every weight, everything that could possibly be a burden unto you. Put it on the Lord. Okay, He's the one putting it on you. Ultimately, is to strengthen you, but at the same time, you have a great cloud of witnesses that you can reference to see how the Lord dealt with them by keeping their faith, enduring, being patient. Okay? And the sin which doth so easily beset us. Yeah, they so easily beset you because you're in these fleshly bodies. Okay? They're causing you to sin. That's the battle. So keeping the laws, the flesh don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments because the flesh is of this world. And it's perishing with this world. But your spirit wants to keep the law, statutes, commandments, and that's the battle. But the flesh is weak, the spirit is willing. And let us run with patience. Patience means to suffer. Okay? You're going to have to suffer. And that's the spirit that Pastor Tahar did a video earlier this morning. He went into a video with, I forgot the guy's name, but he was running with somebody. And it was it was such a spiritual video, even though they're not necessarily talking about the Bible. Okay? As a matter of fact, what is that actually? Let me see, because I put it down. His name is, it says, David Goggins puts Israel Adesanya through a brutal training session, and they're just running. Okay, but he couldn't keep up with them. But one thing he was saying, deep in the race, when he's getting tired and his body hurts, hey, that's when it kicks in. That's what he's looking for. He's looking to be suffering. And that's the point where he's shining at, man. But a lot of y'all ain't gonna be in that race, man, in this spiritual race that we're talking about here, okay? The race to salvation, the race for the crown, all right? You're gonna give up in this race. Why? Because you're not training your mind to win, all right? You keep going back into the world. You're not fervent in the spirit. You're hot and you're cold. You're 1 foot in the world, 1 foot in this truth. Now you need to be 100% serving the Lord or don't serve him at all. 100% serving the Lord or don't serve the Lord at all. Okay? Because the times that's coming, hey, he's not going to serve you. Okay? And all they're doing is running around, working out, and guess what? He couldn't hang with them. Okay? So that was the point of that video. But he also talks about it's a good video, man. And that's what Apostle Tahar was going into this morning. Okay? It's good to go over there and fill your cup up with the elders. All right. What's that? 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. I'm thinking of. Let me jump over there. I didn't even grab the other precepts I wanted, but you know, you just go with the spirit, man. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9, and verse. I'll start at 20. And unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. So this is Paul. Yeah, it's like he's fishing, man. He's trying to get on a level with you. He'll condescend to your level, even though he's very wise in wisdom. But in order to share it with you, y'all need a foundation. You need to start somewhere. Okay, so he can bring you into this truth. A lot of y'all think this is, y'all can walk by the altar, you see somebody, some black dude talking, everyone's shaking their hands, waving high, but who's serving the Lord, man? Okay? This is the book of 1 Corinthians 9, and that's what he does. He uses that to get people into this truth. As a Jew, he became as a Jew. As those who were under the law, he became as those who were under the law, because he understood the law. He understood the person he was dealing with. That's why that's you testing the spirit, man. 1 Corinthians 9 and 21, to them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to the Heavenly Father, but under the law of Hamashiach, might gain them that are without law. Yeah, even those that are without law. These Gentiles weren't keeping the law. They were keeping the laws of these damn heathen. Hey, he was even trying to get to a level with them, even though he didn't agree with either side. Because he was teaching Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. All right? He was teaching this faith-based Israelism, okay, as some people call it. You weren't going to be saved by the law anymore. So that was cutting the people that were keeping the laws their whole time, and the Gentiles who weren't keeping the law at all, it was cutting them too. Okay, Yahweh Shai is like a sword, man. He's a discerner of spirits. All right. 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 22, to the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. Exactly. You want to save as many as you can. If you believe you can save them. But some of them, man, you got to be able to discern the spirit. Some of them are a lost soul, man. Okay? Some of them, hey, man, you come out there, if they come and they're asking, hey, that's different. That's different. If you're trying to pull some fish in and they're evil, man, hey, you might cast them out. It's all through the spirit. 1 Corinthians 9 and 23, as this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. Yeah, you gotta run as ye may obtain, man. You gotta run to win. You gotta do it to win it, man. You gotta endure to the end. Imagine running a race and you gotta run 20 miles, man. It's hard to get there. You gotta be in physical shape. That's to run that race, but this race is spiritual. We've been running this race since past lives, man. The elect's been running this race for, hey, the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. They've constantly been enduring. You're a prophet in this time, and you endure to the end, you will probably be a prophet in your last. All right? And you got to keep pushing. You got to keep running. We've been running this race for a long time if you're part of that number. All right? And it's not time to give up. Don't let these weak-ass Israelites slow you down. Stiff arm their ass and keep it moving, man. They all going to try to take you down, man. If they're not part of the elect, this whole world, if you're not part of the elect, hey, you're going to drown. And most of these people, they're going to die. They don't even watch the news. They have no clue what's coming to this place. They have no clue what they're going to be doing to their kids in the near future. All right? They're going to be making sandwiches out of them. All right? And you got to endure all of this. Because if you're part of that number to see all, you're going to be seeing all of this. Okay? 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Yeah, you got to strive for the mastery. Okay? You need to know these scriptures, man. You got to be temperate in all things. Let's look at this word temperate real quick. Okay? You got to be temperate in all things.
Strong's G 1467. Ekratuamai.
Ekratuamai. To be self-controlled, content. All right, you got to be self-controlled. You got to be temperate, man. Okay, in all things. To exhibit self-government, conduct oneself temperately. Okay, so you gotta exhibit yourself, man. Examine yourself, whether you be in your faith, man. All right. In a figure drawn from athletes who, in preparing themselves for the games, abstain from unwholesome food, wine, and sexual indulgence. Yeah, you gotta refrain from these things, man. You got to be refraining and self-control and governing yourself from all these things. Most importantly, this world, man. You got to have control out here. All right? You got to fortify your members. You got to be doing things that's going to lead to the overall goal, which is salvation, which is getting right with the Lord. The times are coming soon. You can't be walking around in ignorance anymore. Ignorance is not bliss. Okay? Because if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, or an Israelite, and you ain't doing this work, you're gonna have your head down in the kingdom to come. While Yasharal is ruling, you're gonna have a sense of damn, man, I didn't even do nothing for the Lord on this side. I didn't do anything. I wasn't standing boldly for the Lord. Okay. And then you're gonna see the elect, man. You're gonna always have your head down. You're gonna feel it. Okay. Ultimately, you're gonna be righteous. You're gonna be in your right mind. But hey, man, why not be with the rest, man? Why not be in your glory? If you have a chance to put on as the elect, you ain't even strive to do it. Not one day, you ain't tell no one that the Lord, the truth about the Bible, you ain't share a video, you ain't do nothing. Come on, man. You gotta put this world on. Ekratuamai. Be temperate in all things. 1 Corinthians 9 and 25 in the middle. Now they that do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Right? Yeah, you got people playing basketball right now. It's the playoff season. They're obtaining a corruptible crown. The Boston Celtics won last year, right? Now they're fighting to defend their crown. But this is an incorruptible crown, meaning once Yahweh Shai crowns his men, this is forever. This is for all eternity. No one's gonna be fighting up against you, man. Because this is what we're striving to be. All right? And you can read about that in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter. I'll grab it. 2nd Esdras 2. In verse 42, I, Esdras, saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted which I marveled at greatly. That's Yahweh Shai crowning the elect of Israel. Okay? This is that incorruptible crown. Yahweh Shai is going to come over here and take all the crowns off anybody that got some type of authority in this world. That's the so-called Chinese man, so-called white man, so-called Japanese man, so-called Russian man, so-called any man you think that's not Israel is taking a crown off your head, man. Because it's a corruptible crown. It's temporary. Okay? He's taking that off, and guess who's getting those crowns, man? Yasharallah, man. Okay? Which is the power. It's symbolic for the power, the authority that we're going to receive through the Lord, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Second Esdras chapter 2 and verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, which are these bodies, and put on the immortal, which are the new bodies, and have confessed the name of our power in the name, not all these different names, not all these different names that y'all got in the world, man. Okay, which they're all titles. The Lord only has one name, and it's Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? Now are they crowned and receive palms. Exactly. Now are they crowned and receive palms, man. They're going to be crowned, man, from the Lord. Because they're joint heirs with them, with him. You read the book of Genesis, the first chapter, that's talking about the Alahayim, man. So they're actually going back in their order, back into their created state, their natural state, where they're supposed to be. These servants are ruling right now. Moab is a dead washpot. He's in rulership. He's the so-called Chinese man. He's the one that has some type of authority here in this world, man. That's foolishness, according to the Bible, man. These heathen are reputed as nothing, according to the Lord, man. All right? And they have rule over us, showing you how far we've gone off from serving our Lord. Second Esdras chapter 2 and verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Exactly, they stood stiffly for the name of the Lord, man. Okay, people got offended coming up to them. Oh, I can't dap you up anymore. Oh, Godspeed, man. Godspeed. I'm just going to keep moving. Godspeed from a long distance. It is what it is. Okay? Second Esdras chapter 2, verse 48. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen. Yeah, go tell them. Go tell them about this crowning ceremony. 1 Corinthians chapter, and we just read it. Chapter 9 and verse 27. But I keep under my body, no, Salakia. 1 Corinthians 9 and 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. Exactly, man. You ain't really fighting the battle talking about God loves everybody. You beating up the air. Now keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Learn the prophecies. Learn how this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles for what happened to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So y'all done been beat up so badly, man. Y'all taking gifts that destroyed your heart. You think if you got a job, a house, a car, some kids, you good in this land. Well, guess what? That's a gift. It destroyed you. Okay? And the Lord ain't dealing with you. Ultimately, it's for you to be destroyed. But if he gave you a house, kids, car, crib, and all these things, and you serving them diligently, hey, he might have mercy on you. But when you read Ezekiel the 14th chapter, hey, man, let's grab it. Let's grab it. Just because you serve the Lord, you might be the only one that makes it still. It's not guaranteed your family gonna make it, man. Look at what happened to Job. Okay? So you gotta prepare your mind for all of these things, is what I'm trying to get to the point here. Ezekiel chapter 14. You gotta prepare your mind for all of it. I be hearing some brothers out there thinking that, oh, you know, you gotta expect good things. Yeah, it's Yahweh Shai Mashiach, of course. Okay? But you gotta prepare your mind, man. You gotta prepare your mind. Don't let this devil come. You prepare yourself. He might throw you off a building, man. You know? What are you supposed to do? Oh, I didn't see that coming. Nah, I'll take it. It didn't say no in the Bible you were gonna get thrown off a building. Come on, man. Prepare your mind for everything, man. Ezekiel 14 and verse 14. Though these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they should deliver but their own souls by their righteousness, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yeah, so Noah, Daniel, if they were here, they're going to be delivering themselves through their own righteousness. Okay? If I cause noisome beasts to pass through the land, and they spoil it, so that it be desolate, that no man may pass through because of the beast, though these three men were in it, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, they shall deliver neither sons nor daughters, they only shall be delivered, but the land shall be desolate. Yeah, neither your sons or your daughters, man. You only. You got to prepare your mind for that. Look at Job. Okay? Same thing. 100-fold. And if you're doing this work, guess what? You on the list, same list that I'm on. You're going to get put to death. You on the red list. You claiming Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? Yeah, you're going to die. Serving this damn devil, man. Look at that. If you serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man, you got a chance of salvation, man. If you serving the so-called white man, Esau Edom, man, you out of here. Okay? You're out of here. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, 14, Slakia, in verse 17. Or if I bring a sword upon the land and say, sword, go through the land, so that I cut off man and beast from it. Though these three men were in it, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, they shall deliver neither sons nor daughters, but they only shall be delivered themselves. Exactly, man. They only shall be delivered themselves. And the Lord's the one bringing the sword through the land, if he says it, right? So he don't care. Like I said, he just slaughtered a 5-year-old boy here in Boston, man. Yesterday. With a school bus, man. In front of a bunch of kids. This is the Lord, man. He did it to, he slayed Job's kids too, and he was righteous. He represents the elect. You ain't preparing your mind for these temptations. Let's grab that as a matter of fact. It's the book of Job, chapter 1. You don't want to serve the Lord, man. In verse number 18, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house. And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Exactly, man. That's the Lord. Only I alone. That's the only way you're going to be saved, through your righteousness. Okay? So you got to prepare your mind for temptation. These are the type of things that are going to happen. All right? And don't even get me started on that damn black woman. It's the book of Job, chapter 2, verse 9. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. So do your woman too. She might be up out of here. Okay? You got to prepare your mind for temptation. Okay? It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 24. Is it 24? Let me find it. Man. You gotta prepare your mind for this, brothers, man. This ain't no joke. Ezekiel wife dies, KJV. Ezekiel 24, okay, 15, there we go. Ezekiel 24 and verse 15. Also the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke. Okay, the desire of your eyes is your wife, man. Of Ezekiel's eyes was his wife. Just like when the Lord said, you're the apple of his eye, because you're his wife. Okay? The nation of Israel is the wife of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep. Yeah, don't cry over your wife, man. the desire of your eye. Don't cry over her. I'm going to take her away with a stroke. And he's telling him, don't cry over it. Neither shall thy tears run down. Yeah, I don't want to see a tear come out of your face when I slay your wife with a stroke. Forbear to cry, make no mourning for the dead. Yeah, make no mourning for the dead, man. This is a prophet. This is Ezekiel. Okay? Bind the tire of thine head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet, and cover not thy lips, and eat not the bread of men. So I spake unto the people in the morning, at even my wife died. And I did in the morning as I was commanded. Exactly, you got to do as you were commanded, because that's your duty. Okay? Keep the law, statutes, commandments. It's the duty of men. That's your duty. You're a soldier if you're held by Shem Yahushua. Hey, that's the mission. Do that. Do what he said. Okay? You got to do it. Ezekiel 24 and verse 19, and the people said unto me, will thou not tell us what these things are to us, that thou doest so? That's pretty much it on that. Okay, so these are the different temptations that we're going to have to deal with, dealing with coming into this truth. Okay, and you got to know that our forefathers, these are the great cloud of witnesses that I'm talking about. Man. Okay, they're the ones that we can reference. Okay, they're the ones who made it through these different battles. Ezekiel had to eat the foul foods. Paul got bitten by a serpent and lived. Okay, Elisha, the ravens were giving him water to drink. Okay, I don't know if it was water, but definitely some food, man. Okay, you gotta believe on these things. All right. What else did I want to get into? I said that. Oh yeah. So the Canadian Prime Minister. What time is it? I gotta look on time. I gotta go to work. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's Liberal Party has won the federal election. Like I told you, he's a banker. He lives in New York. He's the Prime Minister of Canada. Capping a stunning turnaround in fortunes fueled by U.S. President Donald Duck, annexation threats and trade wars. So he's using that as a foundation to that's his political stance on what's going on in the world, man. This is what he won on. By the way, he's liberal. Okay? So these Europeans are liking him. All right? But Europe is starting to see if Europe likes him, then America's not going to like him, is what I'm trying to say here. Okay? You're starting to see a separation between EU, NATO, and America. And that's fulfilling Revelation, the 17th chapter. You know, brothers already know that, but for those of you who don't. Revelation 17, verse 15, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, is talking about America, she's the whore, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And as you can see, this is the melting pot. Peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. They all gather here in Babylon, where the whore sitteth, which is America, Babylon, Esau's kingdom. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, Revelation 17 and 16, and Amalek, the small hat. Don't forget about him, man. He's a damn devil. That's Pinky in the brain, by the way. Revelation 17 and 16, he was killing the hinder most of the people. He was killing. He invested in transatlantic slave trade. Okay, he invested in your downfall, man. He invested in that what do you call it? All that Mother Mary bullshit. He's doing all this shit. He's the one. He's the head of the MLB, head of the NBA. It's Amalek. Those are the Amalekites in the Bible. Saul was supposed to slay every single one of them, but he did it. This is what happens when you transgress the laws, man. But that's still a commandment. But because we can't do all these things. But that's what we're talking about, man. And this is why you're gonna be put up on a shit list, man. Esau's shit list. And he'll put you to death and say you committed suicide. He just did that to some other chick. So these are the type of things you gotta prepare your mind for before you come into the truth. And you can't drop the plow, man. Okay? You learn this truth, people are gonna get softer and softer. People are gonna stop saying this, nah, nope, nope. Keep your foot on this damn devil, man. Last thing you're gonna see when they come up in there and they put your ass to death, you're gonna wish you were out here cussing his ass out to the best of your ability, man. Fuck this damn devil. The Lord got him in a trick bag, man. And if you the elect, hey, put on as the elect, man. Okay? Look how long Apostle Hard been doing this, man. Apostle Gabar. And what do? They constantly feeding the flock. Okay? They constantly doing it, man. These are men that have been doing this for years. These are men that you should be watching. Okay? These are men that, hey, man, they get double honors, man. Okay? Now, some men don't give them double honors. Hey, that's on you. But listen, man, you know where the truth came from. You ain't got to say it. It speaks more volume about them. Okay? Because guess what? As you get up the ladder, the same shit's going to happen to you. People going to be treating you the same way. Same way you treat other people, the same shit's going to happen to you, man. So you better be aware of who you're talking to. Okay? Men been doing this for years, man. Multiple videos. He inspired me today to come out on these highways and hedges. The water y'all about Shimmy, I was shot. That's like the water. It comes down. Well, a lot of y'all, the water gets to you, and the water just stops right there. So the Lord really don't need you, man. The water just goes, hey, I get the water, I go, it's like a hot potato, man. I toss that off, toss it over to somebody else. Okay? That's how this works. You don't want to be a part of that water, man. Stagnated water, that's not of Yahweh Ba Shimmy Awashah. Okay? It talks about the wicked servant. Okay? That held his talent in a napkin. You should read about that, if that applies to you. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horn which thou sawest upon the beast, 10 horns represents the European Union, and the beast represents NATO. Okay? These shall hate the whore. So NATO, EU, they're gonna hate the whore, which is America. Okay? That's what the Bible's saying. This is prophecy. And shall make her desolate and naked. And they're gonna be desolate and naked by her being burnt with these thermonuclear missiles that are coming. And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, he's gonna burn her with fire. You think they're gonna come up and put a light to her? No, they're gonna send those thermonuclear missiles here. And this is all prophesied in the Bible to happen. And what manner of person ought ye to be when you know these things are happening? Hey, I'd be warning the people. As a matter of fact, the 250th year anniversary for Paul Revere was just like a couple days ago, or a week ago. Let me grab that. When was that? And a bunch of Edomites from all over the world came here in Boston to go reverence their ancestor. Paul Revere, 250th anniversary, 2025. What's the date on that? In 2025, Salem, Massachusetts, and other locations along Paul Revere's route will celebrate the 250th anniversary of his famous Midnight Ride, which occurred on April 18, 1775. The anniversary will feature a variety of events and reenactments, including a procession from the Paul Revere House to the U.S. Coast Guard Station. That's what they were doing, man. And what day was that? April 18th. So 1775. It's April 29th, I believe, today. So 11 days ago. Okay, and a lot of damn people came over here and they were going to graveyards, doing all types of wicked shit, man. And that was, I think that was Good Friday, I believe. So they're reverencing Paul Revere. They don't even care about that Jesus Christ. That they don't even believe in that, man. They were reverencing Paul Revere more than their idol, man. With you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans reverence him way more than the so-called white men. Okay? By the way, who ain't gonna save you? Okay? So I want to bring that out to show you that the whore is gonna be destroyed by NATO and the EU. Canada, which is your brother, your border, your neighbor. Well, guess what? He's more aligned with NATO and the EU, who's prophesied to go up against this whore. So during this civil unrest that's happening, I think Canada's gonna have a big part in helping the fall of this place, man. Okay? It says, in a victory speech, Carney stressed the importance of unity in the face of Washington's threats. He also said the mutually beneficial system Canada and the U.S. had shared since World War II had ended. He said, yeah, that mutual, no, that's done with, man. They're done with that. You get a lot of your lumber from Canada. So they're done with that. The price of these houses, forget about buying a house if you don't already own one. Okay? And if the price of everything goes up, guess what? Your rent's gonna go up. And it might go astronomically up. Not like $100 every year, $200. It might double. It might triple. You might have to move, man. It's gonna be unaffordable. Okay? Because if anything breaks in your house, they gotta fix it. And guess what? All that shit is tariffed, man. All that shit costs money. And sometimes certain pieces of that you buy gets tariffed twice. They might have to go to this port and go to another port, so it got taxed twice. Just to get all the way here to Boston. And then it's probably coming from China, Canada, then it's over the border, gets taxed again, and guess what? Whoever's selling it to you, he gonna tax you 10% on the top of that too. Because this is Babylon. And you gotta prepare your mind for that. All right? You gotta prepare your mind. This is what we're talking about. It says, he also said the mutually beneficial system Canada and the U.S. had shared since World War II had ended. We are over the shock of the American betrayal, he called it. We're over that. The American betrayal, they feel betrayed. But we should never forget the lessons, he said. Yeah, we're not going to forget these lessons, never to trust this damn devil. As I've been warning for months, America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Okay, this is what the Canadians feel like. You think they're going to give their sovereignty somewhat, even though they're a British colony? Okay? You're already owned by somebody, you damn fools. This is all folly, man. But hey, it is what it is. Carney added, these are not idle threats. President Donald Duck is trying to break us so America can own us. Okay? They don't want to be owned. And you should have heard the crowd. The crowd, yeah, they all backing them up, man. This is what the Canadian people want to hear. That will never, ever happen. But we also must recognize the reality that our world has fundamentally changed. Yeah, it fundamentally changed. Your world is coming to an end. Your world is the world of Esau. And let's grab that. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So he knows his world's changing for the worse, not for the best, man. It's getting worse and worse. Don't think this place got a 200 million missiles coming this way. Canada, you're going to be affected. You might as well be your 51st state, because you're going to get hit whether he make you a 51st state or not, man. You out of here. Okay? And the only one that's going to come up out of this are the elect of Israel, the remnant that the Lord set up, that nobody want to listen to, and it's all good, man. I don't care if you don't hear me, man. It's all for the Lord, man. I'm glorifying the name of the Lord as much as I can. Like Adonijah, man, cleaving to the altar. You should try it. The horns of the altar. Okay? So that's going on in Canada. We running the race. Oh, and then Duck this morning, 3 executive orders he put. It says, Trump signs 3 new executive orders targeting immigration, policing, and truck drivers. Look at that, that's the spirit, man. There's a truck right here. Okay? Mad trucks today. It says, one of the orders signed by Duck orders states and federal officials to publish lists of jurisdictions, often referred to as sanctuary cities, that limit cooperation with federal officials' efforts to arrest immigrants in the country illegally. Okay, so what does that mean, man? They just had a big bust in Colorado. Colorado's a sanctuary city. Colorado, Boston, Chicago. There was another state I can't think of right now. New York. These are sanctuary cities. So them getting that, imagine that huge bust, 100 immigrants over there. They said 100 people got, there was a lot of people, I can't remember, I think it was 100 though. But they said U.S. active duty U.S. military was in there partying with the damn immigrants. Okay? They supposed to be protecting you. They don't hate the immigrants like Duck is portraying it, man. They're partying with them. This is active duty military, man. Foolishness, man. They got guns. The immigrants had guns, and they had active duty military protecting the door. Off duty, man. That's just bugged out. Bugged the hell out, man. How much people are in your cartel or in your military, Duck? How many people who disagree with you are in your military, Duck? How many Asians are in your military? How many North Koreans, how many Russians are in your military? How many Europeans are in your military? Come on, man. they're gonna turn around and hate the whore, man. Get this through your head. This place is over with. It says a second order signed by Duck calls for increasing access to excess military for state and local law enforcement. Increasing excess military for state and local law enforcement. He's been pushing this since he came in, man. Trying to further militarize the police. All right? To what? For these martial law, for these troops, for all the famine of the word, for pushing you protesters, for killing you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, filling up these prison systems that he got set up. Guantanamo Bay, El Salvador, he's trying to take off of these sanctuary cities. What are they calling for? They're calling for more protests in Colorado. So when he goes in there, he's taking down your, you got judges trying to take people in, trying to put them in housing, Tren de Agua, okay? These are judges. They're getting arrested. What makes you think they're not gonna get these mayors? And that's why he's setting up these protests. If police are trying to get you and you got a crowd of people in front of the building, hey, it's gonna be difficult for you if no one's cooperating with you. This is what Donald Duck is trying to tell you. And he's doing executive orders to point them out, list them out, see who you can get, see where the resistance coming from. He got smoked with Harvard University. What about MIT? How come we don't hear nothing about them? Who's running these places? Who's in there? We want to know. They've been here for years. They're asking for money now. They want to get your deferred loans. They'll garnish your wages. You covered the so-called white man, and that's why you're going to be homeless. You're not going to have any food to eat. You're not going to be able to live off ramen noodles anymore and beans. That's a wrap. Because the price of those beans and those ramen noodles are going up. And guess what? Your money's not going up. You're losing your job. You're losing your house. You can't go to work stinking. You need somewhere to shop. You need somewhere to sleep. Clean your teeth. It's going to get tough out here. You got to prepare your mind for all these temptations. And y'all haven't been thinking about the Lord. Harvard don't teach you about the Lord. Harvard hasn't been preparing you. It's been preparing you for this world. Okay? Let me slack you. It says a second order signed by Duck calls for increasing access to excess military for state and local law enforcement. It also calls for bolstering legal support for officers accused of wrongdoing while carrying out their official duties. Yeah, they want to bolster legal support. So if they kill somebody wrongfully, they'll have more support. They'll put you to death, man. Okay? This is Donald Duck. This is the cruel king in Isaiah 19:4 that we're talking about, man. Look what he was doing during the protests of the Black Lives Matter. When that little Edomite boy with an AR-15 shot two unarmed protesters. Guess what? He was glorified. Glorified. They're going to be glorified while they put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to death too. Okay? This is what this is going into. It says Trump in the order directs the Office of Attorney General Pam Bondi to create a mechanism to provide legal resources and indemnification to law enforcement. What's indemnification? I don't know what that word means. Indemnification. Let me grab that real quick. You gotta look into these words, man. Indemnification. Meaning. It says indemnification, compensation for harm or loss. This devil, man, is ill. He's ill, man. Let me read that again. To create a mechanism to provide legal resources and indemnification to law enforcement officers who unjustly incur expenses and liabilities for actions taken during the performance of their official duties to enforce the law. It's sad, man. Hey, man, the Lord is terrible, man. He's terrible, man. And this is a beautiful thing, man, because they created for y'all. This is all created for you, for the wicked. This is beautiful. Sirach 29. Actually, hold on. Is it? Hold on. No, it's not. It's not Sirach. Sirach 40 in verse 8. Such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. We're talking about death, man. Death and bloodshed, strife, sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Exactly, and for their sakes came the flood. And there's another flood coming with Esau Edom. Okay? So that's your law enforcement getting prepared. He's doing it all now. That's why he's attacking Harvard University, so he can set up laws to go attack you, put you protesters in Guantanamo Bay, call you terrorist cells. Okay, that's part of it. And there's going to be a draft coming. I tried to do a video on student loan forgiveness, but because I signed a promissory note, but I aged out of the military thing because I think it's from 35 or some shit like that. 18 to 35, and I think they increased it to maybe 36. But if you sign one of those promissory notes, because if you're taking out a loan, you have to sign a promissory note. They go through a class with you. And one of the requirements is that you click a box that tells you, that enlists you in the draft, okay? So if you got a loan, you're enlisted in the military, man. Not in the military, I didn't want to say it worded that way because you're not in the military by putting you enlisting in a draft. You putting your name in a draft is not enlisting into the military. But you signed up for the draft, and how many of y'all went to school? How many of you are walking with degrees? How many of you are in deferred loans? They said 5.3 million. Hey, that's a little army, and they already got legislation trying to get you women in there too, because you want to be like men, right? You independent, right? That's what you said. That's what I heard. That's what the Bible says. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31. In verse 22, it says, How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man, so you compass the man. So now it's time to fight like one. Weren't you joining the UFC? You in there? You in the ring now? You got WNBA. You want to be just like a man? Well, guess what? You're gonna be putting on your armor, boots. You're gonna be going to war. Some of y'all already signed up for this. You don't know y'all are in there to please the man. You're a fool. Listen to the story. There was this one Spanish woman got raped in there, man, and she said the guy got away with it. The military protected him. That's the type of shit Esau's about. But see, you women don't know about the Bible. You women don't listen to your man. And not all your men read the Bible. So you ain't got the right head anyways. You ain't got a man of the Lord. Sucks to be you. And there's more. That was only 2 executive orders. It says Trump has signed an executive order reinforcing an already existing federal law requiring English language proficiency as a requirement for commercial motor drivers. Because they're finding a lot of truck drivers, they don't even speak English. They're pulling them over. Of course, a lot of human trafficking is being done. A lot of people, I wonder who killed that little boy in Hyde Park yesterday, man. He probably didn't even speak English. So now that's an executive order. So that gives them more reason to pull your ass over. More reason to stop and frisk, check what's going on with the cargo. More reason for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to be harassed and persecuted. Let me check your ID. Excuse me. Pull out. Please step out of the vehicle. Yes, I'm gonna need your license and registration. I tried to talk to mad Spanish people yesterday, and no speaking English. Okay. You know speaking English, right? You don't hear the Lord. Okay. Watch what's gonna happen to your ass. You're gonna be no speaking of English in Guantanamo Bay. You're gonna be no speaking of English in El Salvador. Okay. We'll see. And watch when the so-called white man come up to you and ask for your shit, how much you start tap dancing and shit, and you start speaking English then. And that's what you get. And the Lord had his hand out, man. You didn't want to hear it. Okay, it says, in the order issued Monday evening, Duck contends the requirement has not been enforced in years, and America's roadways have become less safe. Okay? So he's blaming it on you. DEI initiative. Oh, because you got these people who don't speak English, you know, the roads have become less safe. Get the hell out of here, man. This dude is a liar, man. He's the devil. Okay, we exposing him, man. It's not because of anything this devil's telling you it is, man. It's to persecute Israel. Okay, that's it. To put y'all in slavery. Ultimately, this digital slavery, this MOTB. Revelation 13 and 16. That's for you. He's putting these laws, these executive orders for what? Because that's his strength. The law is his strength. Just like these laws are our strength. Okay? That's what it is. It says, my administration will enforce the law to protect the safety of American truckers, drivers, passengers, and others, including by upholding the safety enforcement regulations that ensure that anyone behind the wheel of a commercial vehicle is properly qualified and proficient in our national language, English, the order states. Okay. That's what he says, man. And that's an executive order. So I don't know how many of y'all got these jobs, man. But according to him, a lot of y'all do. But that's probably a damn lie, man. But we know Esau like to get shit done for cheap. And there's only a couple people that like to work that long. I got one more article, but I gotta end this, man. Yeah, I'm getting over the time. But this is some crazy shit, though. It says, the United States and Mexico reached an agreement on the handling of a damaging pest called New World Screwworm. So there's these flesh-eating flies that are eating the cattle in Mexico, man. And they're trying to figure out a way to stop them shits from coming. Yo, this is all the Lord, man. Flesh-eating flies in the last days, man. Come on. Come on, man. We already got some form of that here in Boston. We got something called a horsefly. Them motherfuckers, I got bit by one of them. Them motherfuckers will leave a piece of your meat missing there. It's fucking disgusting, man. Imagine a fly coming through and taking, and you just stop. It's fucking disgusting, man. So these flesh-eating flies, they're ruining the cattle. And I think they even cause some form of disease, too. So that's what's at your northern border, man. And that's what's happening at your southern border, too. All right? And I got an article in the Post if you want to read it. But I ain't got enough time to really get into it, man. All right? But that's it. I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Quadash, Shalom, Abba, Bal, Kwam, Yasharala. Shalom, kings. Hey, Shalom, king. Yabashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah.